guys, welcome back. I am Celeste and this is Entrepreneur. So today is Tuesday, July 29th, and tomorrow is my first day of school. So of course, like any little black girl from the hood, I'm about to do my hair for the first day of school. So I've already decided I'm gonna do like a crown to it. And then I have to go to Walmart because we got another supply list when we got our first student email yesterday. I'm so excited. We might go to the gym today. So I have a mirror right here. And let's get started.
I still fail to explain. Father, your love never ceases, even in the midst of my darkest days. Your love flows like a river, never ever seems to run dry.
Hey you guys, welcome back. I am Celeste and this is Entrepreneur. Because baby, when I tell you, I am shooketh. I am so shooketh by how God has moved in my life, and today it is raining to wash away all of my stress and give me peace within my body and I feel so good. I have so much tension and stress and anxiety built up in my body about getting into nursing. Y'all saw that I did my hair. I have it tied up right now. Classes tomorrow morning at 8:30. I'm gonna be there at 8. I received my official welcome student email with our first weekly assignment schedule and another supply list. So that was the clip of me at Walmart getting my supplies, and yeah, I'm a nursing student and y'all have got to hear how this story went. I'm so grateful that it's raining. I love when it rains and I get to talk to you guys in peace, and forgive me for the sound or of rain. Like, y'all, I did not want to wait to talk to y'all, and so here we are. Where do I begin? So I put in a clip of me on Saturday. No, that was Friday when I said, like, I said it Friday and Saturday, but the clip that I put in was of me at work on Saturday. And I still felt like a peace on the inside that everything was fine. I did lie when I said I give up, because y'all, when I tell you, Saturday I filed my own 2023 taxes. Did it all wrong, but submitted it just so that I could have something submitted. But I'm not a person, like, I care about how I do things. Like, I like to do things. I'm not a perfectionist, but I strive to do things the best that I can because it has my name on it. So immediately afterwards, I got on the phone with my mom and she showed me where I went wrong with filing the original 2023 taxes. I immediately went ahead and did the 1040X form to submit once they reject my 2023 taxes. I also went ahead and did my 1040 for 2024. I'm just waiting to get paid, baby, to mail those in. And honestly, I would have mailed them in today, but I have had such a day of peace and solitude. Like, I got up this morning. I got up this afternoon. Nope, I'm lying. I got up this morning. I took a really, really great bath, washed my hair. You guys saw me do my hair. I cleaned up the house. I ate breakfast. I went to Walmart, and somehow or another it then got this late in the afternoon and time is just flying. And I'm sitting in front of the gym right now dressed in my gym clothes to work out, do my glute workout today, but it may not happen. And so hence here we are recording my video. So first things first, I did not give up. I filed my taxes. When I went to the meeting, they asked me once I went to orientation what happened. I explained it to them. I explained the interaction and communication between me and WIOA. my assumptions, the wording that everything was put in, then my communication with the secretary at the schoolhouse, and what my perception was of what she was saying. And then here I am, willing and trying to do everything that I can because I want this. Here is my incorrectly filed 2023 taxes, because I never heard back from my accountant. And at that time, guys, Monday morning at the meeting, I had not heard back from her. I didn't get an email from her until earlier today. And once I saw it in my email, I didn't even open it up. But I will eventually. But it's neither here nor there to me now. But I do want to hear what she said because of what I wrote to her. Then I hope y'all can hear me real good. But the sound of that rain sounds so good. Then they went to go and get the the secretary and the financial aid lady. Now y'all let's take a pause for a second and let me back up. I had already told y'all this. And so I didn't want to be embarrassed. I didn't want to be told I don't qualify to be a nurse, because, and not that I could be qualified based on me in my personal life, but because, you guys, this channel was created 2 years ago because I didn't like my life, which means I also didn't like a lot about who I was and how I was experiencing things in my life, my family, my friends, the environments that I was in. So 2 years ago, my commitment to God was whatever it was. I wanted the abundant life that He promised me, that He spoke of when He created me in my mother's womb. So that's why it was real important to me. Some of my videos, I'm just really talking about knowing your why and stuff like that, because I really wanted to understand every step of the way. I didn't want to get something and again lose it because I didn't learn past lessons. We'll always learn lessons in life, but I did not want to keep tripping over myself because of my past traumas. And I know all of you won't understand what I'm saying, but I know someone does. And so my life was not organized, and I knew that when God, like the little kid in Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory, to get that golden ticket meant everything, not just to my education. It meant everything to me, to my life, to my commitment to God, God rewarding me, Him favoring me, my position in the kingdom, my communication with the divine, me being aligned, me being healed, me no more suffering for things that I had no control over as a kid. And just to show how much I didn't have a control of it, I'm going to retell my story to myself. And I'm grateful that my father did not have his hand in my life. I am, to my knowledge, one of his only kids that are not a felon and that ain't did prison time or don't have drug charges or scam charges or something of that nature. I'm not a felon. My worst list of charges is all traffic violations, not going to court to pay a traffic ticket, driving on suspended license, driving not having insurance. That's who I was. And that's because I didn't go around my dad and his family. My dad didn't honor his word when it came to me. My dad didn't have good fatherly intentions when he did communicate with me. So I'm grateful
that even though I did not have my father, the father that is on this earth as my father, he was supposed to be somebody so rich and famous. I mean, he already has the reproductive habits of an NFL football player. Like, he already has the look and the charisma and the way he handled women and the way he avoid his responsibilities as a black man from the hood. Like he was just missing the focus and dedication. And thank God that even in my procrastination, that's not something that I suffer from. Like, I would never cut off my nose just to spite my face. Now, my face might be a mess because I'm not touching it at all, but I'm not cutting off my nose to spite my face. And that's sort of kind of like how most of my family is, because this one thing didn't work out. They're just gonna let everything fall apart. And now it's a decade later and we're depressed about how things have fell apart, but we're still letting them fall apart. Like, I was disappointed and distraught and stressed out about this process for a lot of reasons. And I explained to the nurse that this process has been so difficult and tumultuous and stressful and mentally impossible to understand, comprehend, or fathom. But I am so grateful for it because I get to enjoy school. And so at that point, she was like, well, we're going to see where everything is, because I told her I had all my tax paperwork. And so she said, I'm all over the place with the story, but I am giving it to you in order. She said that because of the big, beautiful bill, that they could figure out something, because it looks like I do have financial aid. It's just the holdup is they want my taxes, and I haven't filed them, because when I submitted my husband's tax transcript, I heard nothing else about that. At that meeting, I gave them everything. In the midst of her telling me that they were going to set up some type of contractual agreement so that I can attend school, and by the time I got my taxes and everything filed and everything submitted over, and then once the final numbers came back from financial aid, and then WIA's decision on what they were going to pay, and then I would be left to pay the remainder by a deadline. Y'all, when she told me that, my head just dropped. Like, I fell to God's knees. I fell to God's knees in heaven in that moment. And so when I came back to, because I didn't want to cry and shout in there, because I didn't want my thank yous to go to them, because as a human, you have to give me credit for being on top of everything. You have to. And I'm just going to stand on that. And so in the midst of her telling me about the contractual agreement, the other nurses left the room to go get the financial aid ladies. I got the phone call from the lady from WIOA. Baby, she said that I was approved for that semester's tuition and the fees and stuff. And y'all, when I tell you, I'm gonna be honest, my spirit was like, I know you're paying for it, even if it's just this semester. That's all I asked for. That's all I asked for. That's all I wrote in the email. That's all I verbally said. And I told God, if I could just start and get past this first semester, I intend on being able to use a scholarship moving forward, or paying out of pocket. And so when I got off the phone with her, and she was like, look, and I was like, I'm just so grateful, and I'm just so grateful. And she's like, okay, so whenever you you need, when someone is helping you with something, or they benefit you in some kind of way, or their hand is in your life, you want to always retain a professional, positive, kind relationship with them. Always. You want to always stay courteous, be kind, and professional with them. And the other nurse came in, she iterated that I turned in my taxes, and the ladies explained to me how the secretary lady, they don't belong to the nursing program. They belong to the school and all the other stuff that's going on at the school, because I told you guys, high school students also go there. So they help the nursing program. And so my last conversation with her, yeah, I did not attack her, but yeah, I was stressed in my voice because you're doing all that talking, but you're not saying nothing. And at this point, I'm tired of that, because I keep trying. And I did honestly feel like, and I said it in the clip, I did feel like it was a personal attack, like she knew my husband or something like that. Like, y'all, my foresight and my alignment with the divine feels so good in this moment right now, talking to y'all, as I recall everything that has happened in the last 24 hours. Like I am amazed at how the power of tongue works. I am amazed at how, when you're aligned with what you believe in, it is magical. It is supernatural. Y'all, because of what I was going through now with the lady at the school and the lady at WIOA, I didn't have the funds to talk to I call her my spiritual counselor, or my interceder, the lady that I met in Arizona. So on YouTube, I have a couple people that I watched when they read Tarot for Libra. And one person was like, baby, I don't know who you connected to or who you know, but your name, when your enemy hear your name, girl, they start to shake and quiver, girl. They read your name on paper and they be like, whoa. Like, your enemy fear you. I don't know who you. I myself had felt so defeated at that time. I told y'all that I quit. And I lied to y'all, and I apologize for that, because I did learn how to do my own taxes. No, I don't know how to do them well enough to put in my, to have like itemized deductions with gas receipts and the stuff I buy for work and the stuff I buy for school. But I did my taxes correctly, and I do know that I owe. Ooh. So, I didn't give up. I didn't. And to be honest with you, I want to say I went hard, but I don't want to give myself that credit, because I felt like I was doing what I should have already done, what should have already been done. Because again, my life was not organized. I was a mess. And I thought emotionally and mentally when I started this channel, but I see that emotionally and mentally, my entire life became a mess. And so, thinking that the enemy was with me when I made that comment, thinking that he was with me, no, God allowed him to test me. And where I thought I was being tested on staying focused even when I heard no or felt conflict, God truly was testing me on my personality and my character. Because I'm quick to snap, crack, and pop on somebody's ass. I am. If you disrespect me, if I feel offended, even if I misunderstand what you're trying to say and it's not quickly corrected before my childhood trauma or ego pop up and start talking to me on both sides of my shoulders, I'm not gonna flip to the point that I go to jail unless you feed into my energy. But yeah, and what I'm gonna say it calm. I'm gonna say it with an attitude, and it's gonna be direct. So it's gonna infuse the other person some kind of way enough to the where now we finna throw hands. And so, because I feel like child, pregnant, grandmama, sister, cousin, old lady, pregnant, boy, child, man, granddaddy, you can get it if you ask for it, or if you dish it out. Then, as far as I'm concerned, you can get it and it's got it. And so, even though I was holding restraint, you can see that in a moment, depending on the next phone call, I was finna blow a gasket, and I had already been practicing it in the air. So just to know that I'm not just becoming a nurse, I'm becoming a better person with my emotions. I'm becoming a better person with my attitude. I'm becoming a better person with how I think about a situation without having all of the facts. I am becoming a better person at defending myself and feeling offended. Because constantly feeling offended has made me a victim. And to be honest with you, it was the WIOA worker calling in the middle of what was going on at the school that saved me from embarrassing myself. And so I recognize all of that. I recognize all of that in this moment. So I am being 112% transparent with y'all. Anyway, so I am officially not just a nursing student, but I have graduated. I have acknowledged that I do have a connection with the divine. I am aligned. I am doing what I'm supposed to do. I am where I'm supposed to be at the time that I'm supposed to be there. And it has been a really, really long time since I felt this peaceful within and around me. And when I tell y'all I'm not worried about school, we got a test on Friday. Like, I'm so like looking forward to this new journey, because it means so much more than just becoming a nurse. And so I'm going to start journaling. I think since it's raining, I'm just going to go ahead and go back to the house, and I'm going to go ahead and start doing my shadow work journaling to work on personal development, because I don't deal with a lot of people, because when I feel disrespected or offended, it's not hard for me to cut them off. And that's just holding on to childhood anger that now as an adult, my childhood anger is like at a 5.7. Once I hit 7, you're gonna have to give me some understanding. I get to 8, I don't care about the understanding. I care more about my feelings, and that's what's making me go to 9. And because you ain't done got out my face, or you ain't steady trying to apologize and got me looking stupid for being mad, I'm finna hit 10. Like, that's just how I am. And I know that it stems from, as a kid, I've always had to be my own protector, my own defender against my mama boyfriend. I had to help my mama with her boyfriend because he was beating on her. The other boyfriend just used to talk to me crazy whenever she was going to work. And we cool now as adults. I mean, I don't talk to him like that, but I don't have a problem speaking to him, nothing like that, just because I checked him one time and we didn't have a problem again. And I was a child. So I'm just used to having to defend myself. And because I'm not a aggressive, violent person, verbally, I will assassinate you. And I'm not making up no jokes or nothing to, I'm not making up no jokes or nothing to laugh at you or do no shit like that. I'm sorry for cussing y'all. I have not done that. I'm going home because that boy hitting my car just threw me. Yeah, I'm not that type of person, so you have to provoke me. But once I'm provoked, and it's your fault. It's not mine. That's just how I feel. And so now, becoming a nurse and her telling me that, you know, even if you're upset, go to your car and scream when the meeting is over. But stay professional, positive, and courteous, because you want to retain relationships. And when she said that, like I told you guys, even if I had a family member that had the $2,000, I don't have a relationship with many of my family members. And not because there's been some type of conflict, not because I've said or done something. It's just after experiencing a handful that way, I just charged it to the game with the ones that I really didn't know. And I wasn't interested in coming around or going to family events and stuff like that. So, but I got my supplies for school. I did get my iPad. My shoes come tomorrow. And the stuff from Temu is actually coming tomorrow on Thursday the 31st instead of August 7th. So I'm super excited about how things have aligned. I'm about to go home and steam my face. Yeah, let me go ahead and get home. But y'all, I knew. I'm talking about, and my faith done grew bigger than a watermelon seed. I don't know how big yet, but baby, gotta reveal it to me, because so much is given, much is required. And I have passed this test, honey. I have passed this test. So I'm not worried about income. I'm not worried about a great job. I'm not worried about a great experience in school. I'm not worried about any of that. To be honest with you, I am looking forward to like having my face down in a book studying. I am looking forward to having a test and not having the anxiety and the pressure that I'm used to having when I take a test. Like, I'm super excited about school. I got my bag already packed. I told you that we got they had sent us our first email, because we'll get one every week with weekly assignments, and that's what the school supply list came in. And so for the first 3 days of this week, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we're going to be going over the handbooks, the LPN program handbook, and the ACT handbook. And then on Friday, we're actually going to get into our first lesson. And I'm going to start, because I'm going to go, I've already read the manual several times and printed pages out of it. So tonight, I'm just going to go ahead and start either listening to some videos about nursing fundamentals, or I'm going to go ahead and read the first chapter today instead of starting it tomorrow, just because I didn't go to the gym. But I'm going to journal in the morning before going to school. I'm I'm a journal, but I'm not going to start my shadow work journal until in the morning, because I'm going to incorporate getting to know God's word better, because I only know the scriptures that he gives me when my spirit is at war and I need something to go to war with, or I need something to ease me. Then God will give me a scripture and I hold on to those scriptures until he gives me some. Like, I've been holding on to she will not fail, he will rise early in the dawn to help her. I've been holding on to that since Arizona, very first trip. I've been holding on to that. I'm actually going to have that engraved on some watch bands for me to wear to school and to work. Mostly for me to have when I start working as a nurse, because the dress code for school is really strict since we start clinicals early than most programs do. So you guys, I did it. We did it. God did it. I'm so ready, y'all. I can't even tell you. I've been peeing all day. I already know what I want to wear to class the first day. I wasn't able to go get my eyebrows and my lip waxed and my nails filled. I got acrylic on. But I will be doing so after class on Wednesday or Thursday. I was trying to wait till I got my shoes so I can get me like a brand new scrub. I told you I didn't have everything that I wanted to have for school. So, and oh my God, y'all, there's just so much. I'm going to have these locks taken loose, and I'm going to start them over with micro locks. I'm going to actually have somebody install them for me. And then that's the next project I'm gonna work on. Having these taken out and then the micro locks installed. I love this color when it has product on it. When it doesn't, I noticed in the last video I posted, when I'm in the sun, it's like an orange almost. So I definitely might dye it go darker. Definitely might go darker. But I will see you guys in the next video.